Hi, I'm Sarah, and Big Brother 25 is upon us. It's time. The season is starting. And so I wanted to look at the birth chart, the natal chart of the season. We know that the house guests are moving in. It'll be a live move in premiere. So we know they're moving in at 5 p.m. Pacific, which is Big Brother time. So what we do is we draw up a chart for that time, and this becomes the birth chart of the whole season. A little difference is because we've had this delay of the start date, we're actually going to have a Leo season chart, right? Where it's Leo season, the sun is in Leo, and that is not traditionally how Big Brother starts. It's usually the Cancer season, which is completely different energy. Leos it's a fire sign. They know their self-worth. They know how to take center stage. I believe this is going to be a very fiery season because also the ascendant is a fire sign. Let's get into it. Here is the beautiful chart. As you can see, the sun is in Leo, like we said, but the ascendant is that AS over in this area. Trying to do pointing. That's Sagittarius. That is another fire sign. This is double the fire. The season is going to be fun and feisty and sassy. We love to see that. The moon is in Aquarius, and interestingly, we had a full moon yesterday, August 1st. That's big energy. And we still have that energy, even though the moon is sort of pulling away from being full, it's still in Aquarius and it's still got that extra crazy full moon energy happening. This is just another layer of how I believe the season is gonna be big and wild and feisty. The ascendant at 26 degrees Sagittarius is trining Venus at 26 degrees Leo. That really stood out to me. Venus is love, you guys. So in the Big Brother house, if I see Venus trining the ascendant, I got to think we're going to have some showmances. We're going to have some love in the air, but Venus is retrograde right now. That's not a good sign for any new relationship to start. This is actually a very common time for relationships to end. So this feels like if showmances do start, they're not the next Jeff and Jordan. They're not the next Brendan and Rachel. This is not the makings of long-term successful relationships. But it also could be like maybe, house guest 1 is interested in house guest 2, but house guest 2 is interested in house guest 3, right? Like it could be more like someone's got heart eyes for someone who has heart eyes for somebody else. It could be that Venus is going backwards. She's not moving forward. So therefore, this is just not a good setup for long-term love. Maybe we'll see a showman start and end within a few weeks, and then that person votes their ex-showmans out. Some fun stuff like that might be happening this season. We've got Mars in a trine with Jupiter. We see Mars up there at the top of the chart, 14 degrees Virgo, and Jupiter is down in Taurus at 13 degrees. Jupiter is our great benefic that gives us success. And Mars in Virgo is all about a plan. Virgos are detail oriented. They put together they take the chaos and they put it in order. So I expect to see whatever players are able to actually strategize a plan. That is where we're going to see the success in this season. And Mercury is opposing Saturn. Mercury is up at the top there, 6 degrees Virgo. Saturn is 5 degrees Pisces right now. This opposition is saying details matter. We don't want to commit to just anything because Saturn is about long lasting, like the long term commitment. So if there are agreements, if there are, this makes me feel like alliances, if people do decide to work together, it's going to be for the duration. It's going to be loyal. It's going to stick with it. They're not going to want to just jump into any agreements, but the agreements that they do make will be for the long term. And with the midheaven, that's that big MC in Libra, that makes me feel like we might have more duos and pairs as opposed to big alliances. And what's kind of fun to look at here is the 6th house is where we see health issues show up. And Uranus is currently in Taurus, which is in the 6th house of this Big Brother natal chart. Uranus is expect the unexpected, which actually turns into accidents a lot of times. So if I see Uranus in the 6th house, I go, be careful of literal accidents like injuring yourself, which we will often see in the Big Brother house. So I would not be surprised if we have an injury this season, but Jupiter is also right there. So Uranus has the support of our great benefic Jupiter. So this makes me think it's not going to be a horrible we're not talking like Christmas in the hospital, like injured for the entire season. This is like not a bad injury. But also what's fun about Jupiter is because Jupiter is so expansive, it can exaggerate, which makes me think of Jasmine. Like this could be an injury that's really not that bad, but it's exaggerated to seem worse than it actually is. Now, I mentioned that Venus is a retrograde, but we also have a few other planets retrograde right now. Pluto, Saturn, and Neptune are also retrograde. Retrogrades are not great in the normal life. It makes us sort of step back. Things stop moving forward. We have to sort of reevaluate, reassess things in our life. But in the Big Brother house, when things don't move forward, look, that's fun for us, right? That causes issues, that causes chaos, and that's really what we're here for. So the fact that we've got 4 planets right now retrograde, and then soon within the next month or so in September, we're going to have Mercury go retrograde and Uranus go retrograde. So get ready for things not working out, falling apart. Very exciting for Big Brother 25. I love this chart for this season. How fun that we've got extra fire. We maybe have some duos who are super loyal to each other and some plans not coming together. Can't wait to talk about it all season long with you guys. I'll be back on Friday with Chantel. We're going to do individual astrology for the house guests, as well as pulling some tarot cards for them. Let's get the energies for the individuals as well as the season. I'll also be here weekly with exit interviews. Please subscribe and join me all season long, you guys. Let me know what you're excited about, and I'll see you next time.